Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another video on Mira's Finest series. This time I'm going to be taking on Nardacyon using Bozé, and as per usual I'm going to be talking about how Bozé plays in both a team and a solo setting, as well as the build that I'm going to be using here today. So, overall, Bozé is a pretty decent character. He has a couple of pretty good arts, though nothing exceptional, and he also has access to a Reflect Aura, which can make him pretty good at staying alive. He doesn't have very many good buffing arts though, so you're mostly going to be wanting to outfit him for damage if you're going to be running him. So to get into some of the specifics of the arts that he has, let's go ahead and start by looking at his auras. Speed Demon is a aura that I've talked about before, or no, this is not an aura I've talked about before. Speed Demon reduces cooldown while sprinting and recovers HP while sprinting. Overall, I don't think this is a very good aura. It's situational at best, and even then I don't think it's that useful. Next is Ghost Sniper. Ghost Sniper is actually a pretty good aura if you're going for a ranged build, which Bozé does have some arts to pull off, specifically Slayonet, Sidewinder, and I believe down here he has Shrapnel. Yeah. And combined with Eagle Eye can actually make for a decent ranged build. Ghost Sniper boosts critical chance, TP with criticals, and ranged accuracy, which gives it good synergy with Eagle Eye, which will boost ranged accuracy and attack. And then for his final aura, he has Raijin, which is what I will be running today. It boosts critical chance, restores HP when using arts, which gives him much more consistent healing than Speed Demon will. And it also gives him an electric reflect. If you stack this with other reflect augments, you can pretty easily just make it so that he'll be more or less unkillable, except for the few arts in the game that pierce reflect. But overall, this is probably his best aura if you want something defensive, whereas Ghost Sniper is probably his best if you want something offensive. So against some of his arts, the only real buffing arts that he has are Hawkeye, Hair Trigger, and Eagle Eye. Eagle Eye being a party-wide buff, and the other two being single-target buffs. None of his buffs are exceptional. Eagle Eye is probably the best one, just simply because giving ranged accuracy and attack up to the whole party is always nice. And Hawkeye isn't bad, it's just that critical power, while it's good, I don't know if it's necessarily the best thing in the world. Other than that, he has some pretty decent arts. Intercept and Flicking Stun is always nice. Trident Buster is not a great TP art. It's only really good if you're going for Conducted Strike builds, which I am not. And other than that, most of his arts kind of just speak for themselves. The only other one of note being Overwhelm, which is a 3-hit purple art, making it incredibly useful for maintaining TP during overdrive. With all that out of the way, I think I'm going to go ahead and hop into talking about the build I am going to be running. So for the build I'm running, you can see my resistances here. I'm not stacking any electric resistance because I do have an electric reflect with Raijin, and Nardacyon doesn't have any attacks that pierce electric reflect. For my weapons, my sniper doesn't matter that much. I just wanted overdrive count up to help starting the overdrive easier because Bozé doesn't have many high hit count arts. And other than that, just getting enough accuracy to be able to easily hit Nardacyon with the night vision and the melee accuracy boost on my javelin, and then a bunch of melee attack up. I'm going electric for my javelin because Nardacyon is naturally less resilient to electric attacks, and also javelin has a natural affinity towards electric with having several arts that are already electric attribute, and also Arcing Horn, which reduces electric resistance. Aside from that, here are my here's my armor and the augments if you are interested. I'm running a bit of potential up just to increase the damage of Trident Buster by a little bit. I don't plan on using a lot, but I don't have anything else to really run there except for maybe Aura Rapid Cooldown, but I didn't feel like that was super necessary. And I'm also running beam resistance down because Bozé doesn't have a cleanse art, which means that I'm going to have to be able to be immune to beam resistance down. For my arts, as I mentioned before, I'm going to be running Raijin. This gives me an electric reflect as well as some consistent healing, which is very nice. Hawkeye is here, just kind of as a green art to fill out the palette. Critical power is always nice to have if you can fit it. It's not the best buff in the world, but it's never bad to have, so I'm just running it. Trident Buster is just kind of here to fill out an art slot. Bose has no other melee art, so I'm just throwing that on there. Overwhelm, 3-hit purple counter art, does decent damage, and also it will be great for just giving me free TP refills. Hair Trigger grants Supercharge. I will probably only be really using this to combo into Arcing Horn, but I don't really have anything else to be running, and it does give Arcing Horn at least a decent boost in damage, so it's always nice to have. Arcing Horn is probably my strongest art on this build. Inflicts electric resistance down, which is super nice, and like most of the other Trident arts, it does increase damage in melee combos, as the Spiral Horn, though, is a bit weaker and only inflicts physical resistance down. And then Vortex, which will inflict stun in melee combos, not super helpful in this fight, but yeah, it's just a decently powerful art, which is always nice to have. And for my skills, I'm running Electric Boost to slightly increase my damage. TP Overdrive, there's nothing else really that I want to run on him because I don't intend to be inflicting shock super often, so Conductive Strike isn't going to be tremendously useful to me. And this just helps with maintaining TP. And then Master's Edge, this is mostly just for better synergy with Hawkeye. Boost my critical chance while holding a melee weapon, which I will be while using all my damaging arts. With all that out of the way though, I think it's time to go ahead and hop into the fight. So we're going to go ahead and take out this gold here and deal enough damage to him to activate the... to get him to call Nardacyon, and now we'll just wait here for a second. I'm just going to go ahead and start building my overdrive count a little bit. Did not need to use Trident Buster there. So as I mentioned, I don't have a whole lot of high hit count, so I'm mostly going to be activating overdrive to build my overdrive count, as well as building up a little bit using overwhelm. I want to make sure I have Raijin set up. Actually overdrive one more time and I will have max overdrive count and I can start going for damage. I will be able to use Trident Buster to block certain things like launch and flinch, but I probably won't be trying too hard to get that. Just simply because, yeah, I don't have a whole lot of reason to. Also, you can see something right here known as Vortex Glitch, or Vortex Flying, depending on who you talk to about it. But Vortex and Sky High will both make you stick in the air after using the art, so that's always amusing. I'm just going to be kind of cycling art here for a little bit to deal some damage and try and power through the phases. Make sure you're keeping up Raijin and your buffs. I don't really have a whole lot to say right now. I'm just going to be kind of focusing on maintaining a decent art rotation, using my damaging arts whenever they are readily available, and just kind of whittling through his phases. I'm going to try and block the Adamantine Finale launch with Trident Buster. Nice. We should be getting close to phase 3, in which case Nardacyon will reduce his defenses and the fight will just become that little bit easier. But really, the majority of the hard part of this fight is over. Though I suppose I shouldn't say that. He can kill me with if he spams missiles during phase 3, so... But overall, yeah, Bose is pretty decent. Not outstanding, pretty decent. Block the finale. There goes the physical defense. Make sure I have Raijin up. Yeah, it should just be a matter of time before he goes down at this point. Yep, there we go. So that was Nardacyon the Shadowless using Bozé on foot solo. I do hope that you enjoyed. Taking a little bit of a break from making these videos, and I'm enjoying getting back into it, so hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. See ya.